all you need to know. The Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business. Good morning. You're listening to the daily morning update from Bloomberg Quint, and I'm Alex Matthew. Today is the 2nd of January. Here's everything that you need to know. The government's goods and services tax collection for November stayed above the 1 lakh crore mark for the second month in a row as consumption rose during the festive season. GST collections during the month stood at 1.03 lakh crore compared with 95,380 crore in September. A special court in Mumbai has permitted a consortium of 15 banks led by the State Bank of India to utilize movable assets of former liquor baron Vijay Mallya towards repayment of his debt. The assets, comprising financial securities like shares of United Breweries, were attached by the Special Prevention of Money Laundering Act court in 2016 when it declared Mallya a proclaimed offender. Jet fuel, or aviation turbine fuel price, was increased on Wednesday, that's yesterday, by 2.6%, and that of non-subsidized cooking gas, liquefied petroleum gas, by 19 rupees per cylinder on the back of a rise in global crude prices. Brent crude was trading above the $66 per barrel mark last I checked. Apollo Global Management and Vade Partners are no longer considering bidding for Altico Capital, according to people familiar with the matter who spoke to Bloomberg. The firms pulled out because they were unwilling to meet the creditor demands to inject as much as 2,000 crore rupees of fresh capital into Altico. India will attempt a second moon landing after a previous try last year failed just minutes before the scheduled touchdown on the lunar surface. That was the Chandrayaan-2. The Chandrayaan-3 mission to the moon, likely this year, will consist a lander and a rover and will use inputs from an orbiter from the previous mission. That's according to K. Shivan, the chairman of the Indian Space Research Organisation, who said this in Bengaluru yesterday. In international news, thousands of tourists holidaying in the south coast of Australia's New South Wales have been told to evacuate before the weekend when extreme weather is set to intensify deadly wildfires sweeping through the region. In an unprecedented appeal, the Rural Fire Service said anyone in the southeastern tip of the state should get out in the next 2 days. An Iran-backed Iraqi militia broke up its encampment outside the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad, a move that could ease tensions between Tehran and Washington that escalated after fighters attacked the compound. The assault on the embassy on Tuesday was precipitated by deadly U.S. airstrikes against Kataib Hezbollah bases in Iraq and Syria earlier in the week and carried out by group fighters and their supporters. The People's Bank of China yesterday said it will increase the supply of cheap funding to banks, a move of policy support in line with market expectations. Now, most international markets were shut yesterday for New Year celebrations, and there's a bit of a cautious start to trade today in Asia as traders assess the latest policy move by China's central bank and await data on the country's manufacturing sector. Activity is set to pick up as most global markets reopen, but Japanese equities remain shut for the remainder of the week. With that, it's over to Darshan Mehta for the trade setup for the day in India. Morning, Darshan. How are we looking today?
Hi, Alex. Good morning, everyone. Most of the global cues were absent because most of the markets were shut overnight. The SGX Nifty currently is indicating a flat outlook. In terms of stocks to watch out for the media stocks. Some bit of negative development can be seen here. TRAI's new tariff order will impact broadcasters and distribution platform. TRAI has increased the number of free-to-air channels and reduced pricing for pay channel. TRAI has also capped the number of bouquet of pay channels offered by the broadcaster, and TRAI has also capped the monthly carriage fees, which will impact DTH players and MSO operators. So media as a sector probably will be under pressure today. Some bit of auto sales numbers that came out after market hours. Eicher Motors, the VECV, or that is the commercial vehicle division, their sales was down 19% to 5,042 units. Tata Motors, December sales were down 14% at 46,903 units. The estimate was 40,600 units, so coming in better than what was anticipated. Gujarat Narmada Valley Fertilizers has received a demand notice from the Telecom Department directing the company to deposit 15,000 crores before January 23. The notice is in connection with the VSAT and ISP licenses held by the company. Prakash Industries has secured long-term coal linkages for 1.69 lakh MT per annum for the next 5 years for its 6 sponge iron kiln. The linkages will result in substantial cost saving in the sponge iron production as its integrated steel plant at Chhattisgarh. Muthoot Capital Services has completed securitization transaction of 145 crores on December 31st. Lemon Tree Hotels has signed a license agreement for a 40-room hotel in Dehradun. And finally, steel stocks will be in focus. JP Morgan says that they expect Indian steel mills to raise domestic steel prices by at least 1,000 rupees for January after the ones they've done in November as well as December. But there's much more you need to know before trade actually starts. For that, log on to our website bloombergquint.com and click on the All You Need to Know tab and you will be prepared for morning trade.
Thanks, Darshan. And as always, thank you all for listening in. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a great day.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you could listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma. Or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.